Here's a question. When did being busy became a personality trait? You know, that type of person who brags about how hard they're working like it's a competition. Oh, I got 5 projects on the go and I'm running on 3 hours of sleep and I haven't had a real meal in days. I'm thriving. No, Jessica, you're not thriving. You're just running on caffeine and adrenaline. And let's be honest, you're one email away from a breakdown. Now, this is a wild thought because hustle culture is everywhere. Social media, full of people waking up at 4 a.m., doing yoga, meditating, and launching startups before the best of us have even rolled out of bed. And we see that and think, wow, I'm lazy. Like if you're not juggling 3 jobs at a time, a side hustle, and 10-step skincare routine, are you even trying? Here's the thing, hustle culture isn't making us more successful, it's just making us exhausted. So let's talk about it. Let's take a minute to look where all of this nonsense started. Somewhere along the way, we decided that being busy is the ultimate goal. If you're not working every second of the day, then clearly you're not ambitious enough. Social media also plays a big role in this. Think about it. Instagram, influencers posting their perfect morning routines. LinkedIn warriors humble bragging about how they've crushed their 14-hour day. Those cringe-worthy motivational quotes like, if you're not working on your dreams, someone else is working on theirs. Piss off. It's not just work, it's everything. Hustle culture doesn't stop at your job. It's about side hustle, passion projects, hobbies, and that somehow needs to be monetized. We can't even enjoy things anymore without feeling the pressure to turn them into something productive. And let's be honest, these comparison games make it even worse. You see someone online who's got it all together, their career, their gym routine, the picture perfect life, and then you start to feel like you're falling behind. You're doing more than enough, I can tell you. But here's the kicker, a lot of that isn't real. Most of these people, they like to post about their grind with quotation marks and aren't showing you the full picture. They're not showing you the burnout, the stress, and the toll it takes on their body. So here's what no one will tell you. Hustle culture comes with a cost. Sure, it feels good to be productive for a while, but then once you get that little dopamine hit every time you check something off your to-do list, but eventually, when burnout hits you, it will hit you hard. I've been there. At one point, I was working so many days in retail and freelancing at night and trying to keep up with everything else. I thought I was killing it. I thought, ooh, look at me go, I'm so productive. But in reality, I was exhausted. I had no energy to hang out with friends, no time to do anything that I actually enjoyed, and my mental health was in the trash. And the worst part, I didn't even stop, because hustle culture had me brainwashed that I felt guilty for even thinking about slowing down. What kind of weak person takes a break? This is the type of hustle culture. It convinces you that resting is lazy, that if you're not grinding, you're not worthy. You sit down to relax after a day's work and maybe you're just looking at Netflix or whatever you're doing for a bit. And then that little voice in your head starts telling you, you should be working on something, you should be doing this or that. Well, here's the reality check. Taking a break isn't lazy, it's necessary. But this apparent hustle culture makes you feel like you're not allowed to stop. My question that hit me earlier was, why do we do it? Why do we keep pushing ourselves to the brink even when we know it's not sustainable? It might be because part of it is peer pressure or even our pressure that we put on ourselves. Hustle culture isn't glorified everywhere. It's the rise and grind mindset. The idea that if you're not constantly working, you're failing. But let's be real. Who set these rules? Who decided that your value as a person is tied to how productive you are and what you do? It might be the fear as well. The fear of falling behind. Fear of being judged. Fear of not being good enough. You see someone posting their 5 a.m. grind on Instagram while you're still in bed, and all of a sudden, you feel like you're lazy. Like you're falling apart. But you're not falling. You're not lazy. Resting isn't a weakness, it's a basic human need. Now, you don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. to be successful. You don't need to work 14 hours a day to prove your worth. Sometimes the most productive things you can do is just rest. So here's the bottom line. Hustle culture isn't helping anyone. It's not making us happier or more fulfilled. It's just burning us out. You're having mental breakdowns, and I'm not saying you should all quit your jobs and become full-time Netflix watchers, although that doesn't sound that bad. What I'm saying is, maybe it's time to stop glorifying this burnout. Stop wearing exhaustion like it's a badge of honor and start realizing that rest, joy, and balance are just important as work. Also, at the end of the day, no one's going to look back on their life and wish, oh, I wish I worked more hours. No, they're gonna remember the time they spent with friends, the moments of joys, and the things that actually made them happy. So just give yourself permission to slow down or even just to sleep in, to say no to that extra project because you're not a machine. You're a person, you're a human, and life's too short to spend it on a burnout.